Hello once again, everybody. Welcome back to Pointless and Ponderous Facts regarding Squad Leader and Advanced Squad Leader. Today we're going to be focusing on third-party products. This is an area which I've skirted around for quite a while. Pretty much just relegated myself to the official catalog. But there are some diamonds in the rough, as it were, and I'll share some of those with you if you are, like me, curious or have exhausted the official catalog and are wondering just what's out there worth having, worth playing. I will do my best to share a few things with you. So first up, first thing that should come across your radar is Lefranc-Terrier. This is a French production, and there was a time when it was strictly in French, and then I believe beginning with issue number 10 you could actually read these things in English. Now the issues prior to number 10 have scenarios which it's my understanding are in English, but as far as the bulk of the magazine, articles, etc., you want to start with number 10 if you want to be able to read like I say, the majority of this stuff. This particular issue, definitely worth owning, deals with the Spanish Blue Division on the Eastern Front. Extremely interesting stuff, and then also adds a bunch of articles regarding that. There are issues 11 and 12 and between 13. I do not have those, but I do have 13, and all four of these are highly recommended. I only have these two, but again, 10 through 13 are highly recommended. This is the Crimean campaign. Scenarios that deal with that subject, as well as articles, etc. The quality of this stuff is beyond comprehension. I mean, no offense to M&P and the ASL Journal, but this thing just blows it out of the water. The heavy cardstock cover, we're looking at 86 some odd pages, with everything from a quiz to various articles. Some questions, Crimean campaign, Red Army retakes the Crimea, bunch of things on there, so can't go wrong with this. And the scenarios are in color, which is rarely seen. Glossy pages, not too heavy on the ads. Again, you can't go wrong with this, and I highly recommend this if you're interested in third-party stuff but don't want to drown in it. At least get Lefranc-Terrier beginning with issue 10, and if you can, 11, 12, and 13. They also have some historical modules. I've talked about this before. Kampfgruppe Scherer, the Shield of Cholm, and a thing of beauty. I don't know what to say about it. Just high quality. A little bit pricey, but worth every single penny that you will pay for this. Highly recommend that. And finally, Saint Nazaire, Operation Chariot, another historical module for ASL. And again, I don't think they left anything out of this. So first on your list should be Lefranc-Terrier. That brings us to Lone Canuck. This gentleman has been doing some great work for a while now. I finally acquired something from him, this being Hell's Highway, and the map is pretty darn good for what this guy's doing. There's a few counters included with Hell's Highway, and again, this isn't all that he has. I would also recommend Purple Heart Draw, if nothing else, because as far as introductory campaigns, it's highly playable. You don't get bogged down in a lot of things. So if you're just stepping into campaign games, again, Purple Heart Draw, and then maybe make your way to Hell's Highway, unless you're just a diehard fan of all things Arnhem and related, then get this. But highly recommend Lone Canuck. The guy's been doing quality work for some time now, and honestly, I don't know that anything that he's put out is bad, so that would be second on the list. Then we have something, it's kind of a one-off, one-hit wonder. Swedish volunteers. This covers the Swedish in World War II. Number of scenarios and counters as well. So kind of a niche item, but for those of you that are curious about the Swedish and the role they played, gotta have this. And well, as my background is Swedish and German, couldn't not have this, so pick this up. Quality stuff, and highly recommend this as well. This might be recognizable, or at least it should be. It's Normandy 1944 ASL Action Pack number 4. No, it is not a third-party product. Why am I showing this? Because the gentleman that had a major hand in developing this, designing this, Ian Douglas, designed this, among other things. And when I say this, this is one of a 3-part series known as All American. It's put out by Critical Hit. Sneers and snickers aside, Critical Hit does have a few things worth owning, which I have just hopped into. This being one of them. Now, the other 2 in the series, if you're a completist, get them to have all 3, but if you only need or want 1, or could only have 1, I would recommend Tim's Orchard. So, Critical Hit, known for quantity over quality, to put it nicely. So you really have to run a fine-tooth comb through their products. And they're also known for reissuing reissues. They will issue something and then redo it, change the cover, add something, take something away. They're notorious for that as well. You really have to be careful with them. Do your research first before you buy anything Critical Hit. But again, there are some things worth owning. Also, Arnhem the Third Bridge, Critical Hit product. For those of us that are, again, die-hard Arnhem fans, can't go wrong with this. You can do worse, and I would give you my personal recommendation. That brings us to Omaha West. For those of you that have just been chomping at the bit to game some June 1944 beach invasion stuff, Omaha West is where it's at. It is a Critical Hit product, but this thing is thick, and if you put all the maps together, you're going to need major space to set it up, and I don't even know if one person can do this. You would need a team of people to play it, but get your buddies together and have a rip-roaring time with Omaha West. So that is some Critical Hit products. I'm sure there's some others out there as well worth owning. I do not have everything worth owning, just the things that I consider worth owning. So that's just some of the third-party products. Also, if you can read this, Bounding Fire Productions. We'll start there. Bounding Fire Productions, they just released, let's see, Poland in Flames. They also have Crucible of Steel, I think it is. Big campaign, historical module type things. Bounding Fire Productions, worth looking into. Then you have Friendly Fire, which is, I believe, Swedish production. Lots of scenarios. I'm not sure how many scenario packs they have at this point, but I think if you get Friendly Fire number 6, the bonus with that is a ASL map board is included. I may yet do that at some point to fulfill my neglected Friendly Fire catalog. And then Heat of Battle, of course, I think they're up to about a dozen scenario packs. Heat of Battle, definitely worth looking into as well. Schwarpunkt, famous for some great scenarios. And then where to get this stuff, a number of this stuff can be gotten at rittercreek.com. Just ordered from them recently, and that guy got this thing out. He had the order ready and shipped while I was still doing some figures as a result of my purchase. So this guy is super fast, great shipping, never had a problem with anything turning up busted up or looking like it was hastily packed or anything like that. So rittercreek.com and a number of other places you can get this stuff as well, especially let's see, Critical Hit website, And LeFranc Terrier has their own website as well. A lot of the things they offer are now out of print, which leaves Board Game Geek and eBay for those things that are no longer in print. You might pay a little pricier fee for these things, but some of them are worth the little hike in price. They're that good. So hopefully this helps narrow down any curiosity or potential wanting of ASL third-party products. Until next time, see you guys later.